I've just discovered the most incredible sauce for your lamb. That's incredible. I'm going to finish this plate. Well, today we are making slow braised lamb shoulder in a potjie with lovely roasted shallots and roasted tomatoes with a deep, rich glaze of balsamic vinegar, like my Ouma used to make. That's going to be deglazed in the pan. We're going to build lovely sauces with some chicken stock and some thyme, and it's going to go over the lamb, slow cooked for 2 hours, and we're going to make roasted potatoes and duck fat. So this is going to be magnificent. Well, let's get stuck in. So the first thing that we're going to get started on is seasoning this lovely lamb shoulder. So first take your olive oil, open the doppie, get the olive oil all over the lamb, and seasoning is so important. So I put a bit of salt on. We're going to braise this in the pot, and then once that's done, we're going to build our lovely sauce. So I just put on salt at the moment. I find that if we put on black pepper right now, especially if you're searing it quite vigorously, that the black pepper actually burns, and that does affect the flavor or the taste of your dish. So I add that later. Well, the other day, I made my Ouma potjie, and that was absolutely delicious. And his thing was put it in a potjie and let it go low and slow on the fire. But my Ouma, she made the most delicious lamb boat, and it was on an Aga stove. Completely different method, completely different way of cooking. So we're doing something similar today. We're also using the fire, but we're using the pot on the Aga stove. And it is going to be fantastic. And one thing I remember, about my Ouma's lamb is that it was succulent, and she served it with potatoes and with pap, because that was their thing. That's what you got on the table. You got your potatoes, you got your pap, you got your lamb that used to be pull apart, put it on your plate, a little bit of gravy, pan juices and everything. That's how we used to eat it. It was fantastic. Well, our fire is still going. I can definitely get started on that now. But the first thing that I think we're going to do is take your one onion. This is going to be pan juices, right? We're not going to use these. We're not going to eat them, at least. So they can be rustic, left in the shells. Just cut it in quarters, just like that. Take your carrot, cut that up a little bit, just also roughly. We are going to use a whole clove of garlic, or a whole bulb of garlic. Just cut that lengthwise like that. And that is the basic ingredients that goes in. We'll get that in some olive oil, fry it off in that pot. We're going to then add in our thyme, and a little bit of a kicker is your balsamic vinegar. That is going to disintegrate into the sauce and turn it lovely and sweet. And it won't be that concentrated, because we're going to put some nice chicken stock in there. And you need those juices to cook in that lamb for about 2 hours. So that's all cut up. Let's move some of those stumps across and let's get stuck in. So let's just move some of these bigger stumps off, because I want to get my pot on. Move it to the back there, so we've always got coals going. And now remember, this is my plan baksteen Braai idea. So just move them closer together and let's see if my pot fits on. Yeah, that looks like a good one. Who needs fancy Braai stuff, eh? You just use your own methods. All right. So let's get about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. All right, let's get our lamb shoulder in pot. Gonna give that side a lovely sear, skin the side down. And once it's got a nice good char, we'll turn it around and sear the other side. And we do this so it can lock in that rich, good flavor. the juices don't escape, right? Just check your sear out. Got a nice color to it. Just want to sear that side a little bit. So why lamb shoulder? Well, you know, like my Ouma made this delicious boat. Fantastic. But in South Africa, it's not a cut that you often get. That lamb shoulder part, you know, the boat part is here, the lamb shoulder is here. Lamb shoulder's got a lot more connective tissues, and it does tend to be a tougher meat, and your lamb boat has got big pieces of meat. So if you slow cook this, all of that just disintegrates and it turns into mouth-watering, delicious, tender meat. And you know, the one time we were lucky enough to go to Avignon in France. It's very windy here.
Not at all. Potjie,
It's hardly white.
Potjie, breathe.
And we went to this little restaurant, very unpretentious, but beautiful setting. Got there, and we looked through the menu, and they had lamb. So of course, being South African, we're like, for sure we're going to have the lamb. Why wouldn't we have the lamb? And they had lamb shoulder. So they got all different types of cuts of meat there. We had the slow braised lamb shoulder, and it was fall apart tender, just incredible. That's when I realized that lamb and tomatoes is like a marriage that you have to have together. They are incredible. So you can search all around and you can't find this lamb shoulder. But one place we found it was a little padstal just outside Stellenbosch. It's called Banghoek. So they've got lovely lamb shoulder. And that's just past the Helshoogte Pass. It's there on your right hand side. So if you're ever looking for it, there's a chili oil place there, and a little bit backwards is Banghoek Padstal. Oh yeah, and they serve some real lekker russerkoek there too. Give them a go, quite nice. By the way, this is not paid for sponsorship. I'm just telling you, they really got some good russerkoek there and some nice lamb shoulder. So, let's check its sear out. Alright, take a look at that. Good, so you can see everything's got a nice good sear. Alright, so time for our veggies. Put some oil in there again. Another tablespoon or two. Just throw them in. And the garlic, just put them down on a lovely side like that. Alright, so let's get a nice char on them. So you see, you're getting a nice char on. So this is to develop flavor, right? And then we're going to deglaze it. Oh, we're going to deglaze it with some nice balsamic vinegar. We're going to put in about 5 sprigs of thyme. Let's just give that a stir. So at the moment, you know that balsamic vinegar, you know what balsamic vinegar tastes like. It's quite sharp, rich, bold flavors, not sharp like vinegar, but balsamic has got like a lovely, almost caramel taste to it. That's rich and sometimes also creamy and dark. So what I want here is I want that sweetness from it, not so much the vinegar. Right, that's a good deglaze. Let's put our chicken stock in. And by the way, that was 125 ml of balsamic vinegar, and this is 500 ml of chicken stock. So let's get this guy in there. That's it. Every now and then we can just check him out. This is going to provide a lovely insulation. It's going to keep that steam in. It's going to bake it from the top. If you can see, it's got this concave, right? So the steam comes there, goes back inside. It's like almost like a convection oven, just with steam. Well, there we go. I'll manage my coals. Remember, low and slow. We don't want that liquid to evaporate and cause any burn at all. And low and slow produces a lovely tender meat that's just going to fall apart in your mouth. All right, we're just going to let that go for a bit of time, hour and a half or so. And then in the meantime, we're going to go and start peeling our potatoes, get them in some boiling water later so that we can get stuck into making our beautiful roasted potatoes in duck fat. It's going to be delicious. And so now we're going to get started with our gebakte aardappels. So we've got a few aardappels here. We got 4. We love gebakte aardappels, nice crispy aardappels made in duck fat. Yes, you heard me, duck fat. You can use olie, you can use beef tallow. There's many different methods. Well, in fact, let me know your method. What would you use to make the perfect gebakte aardappel? So we boil these. They're going to be nice and soft, and then from there we take them, dry them out completely, like it must be very dry. No moisture must be on there at all. So put them in the colander, let them dry out nicely, get your duck fat on, and crisp them up slowly. Slower than what you think. You don't want to deep fry them, right? We're just going to go very slow with that. And I find that actually crisps them up very nicely. All right, so let's just get this guy going. Get that up to a boil, and we can get these guys right in there. All right, as you can see, we've got a nice boil there. Get these potatoes in. So this will take roughly 10 to 12 minutes. Watch out for the splash, camera woman. Put the lid back on. Let's get going with these shallots. Now these are, what do you call these guys? They're not like onions, they are like French shallots, right? So here's a trick to these. You want to keep their shape, right? I want a whole shallot to get in there. Must be nice and caramelized from the roasting. So you keep this little bit on there. Just trim it off nicely so it looks great, and let's show you how to do it. Okay, first let's just cut that. Right, what we're going to do is, if you can see there, now I can balance it very nicely. Right, you can see this is the best way to cut it. Get it right in half there. Watch out for the thumbs and the fingers. There we go. Right, just peel that. So now you see it stays on there. So when you're boiling it, it's going to stay stuck to that little root area right there. It's not going to come off. So I just want to neaten it just a touch. Just take that little piece off. There we go. Perfect. Yum. Okay, let's do the rest. All right, things are going very nicely here. Here we go. The last of my shallots. And you can hear the potatoes boiling. You can hear the fire crackling. I think it's a good time to actually go and check that pot out. See how our liquids are doing. Oh yeah, that's looking fabulous. We got a beautiful reduction there. All right, let's get it off. Let's get this on our board. Take the lamb out, and we're going to make that beautiful sauce reduction. Jokes. Let's get that there. Oh wow, the smell. Oh wow, the camera lady is just going, yes, it does smell, for sure. It is lovely. Actually, it's an incredible, delicious smell. Okay. So now, what we do? All right, let's take the squishing thing. We're gonna squish our garlic bulbs out there. Just squish this down. And this is your time to assess, if you want to thicken your sauce or not. I've got quite a good sauce here. We can always thicken afterwards, right? I think that's it. Let's do that rather. Just make sure. All right, here we go. Let's get my Manfan style glove. This allows you to hold any hot pot. Let's take this. Let's just strain it through there. Then let's just take our McGaffed over here. There we go. That's it. Great, so we've got our lovely sauce out there. I'm looking like a gorilla in the mist with all this steam coming from all these different pots and these flavors and the smoke as well. And also, we are approaching winter, about 1 month away from winter, so it is much colder these days with a lot of moisture in the air here in Cape Town. Give it a taste. Oh my word. I can only say, make this sauce. There is no other sauce like this with that balsamic vinegar and that sweetness that's coming from there. Magnificent. Right, let's get this guy back in here. And look at that. You can see this lamb is already coming off the bone over there. Let's get him back in. Now, take your tomatoes. Don't be shy. Just chuck them in there. Right, all around. You want some on the lamb as well. They'll stay there. Take your onions, put them in there. Put 2 on top. Right, balance them across there. Maybe 1 or 2 more red ones. And some yellow. Really, this tomatoes adds a lovely flavor to this dish. Let's get that lid back on. There we go. Let's get it back on the fire. Ta-da! Yeah. Yeah, like that. Now, we're going to take our scooping mechanism. Get some of these coals. And put them on top. Like that. Well, let's see if they'll stay on top. There we go, perfect. We got very low coals at the bottom, much hotter coals on top. I want to get that nice crispiness back on top of the lamb. Very low coals here, so we don't burn that sauce. So we leave this for half an hour. Okay guys, I think our potatoes are ready. Gave them a poke with my knife. So just slightly go through the center, that's great. You don't want them all mushy, right? Now, important thing, as mentioned before, let them cool down in this colander for at least 10 minutes, just so that that steam can go, that water can just drip off them. You want them dry, dry, dry. Okay guys, these potatoes have dried off or dried out very nicely. Let's get this pan back on. Get some of our delicious duck fat. I'm telling you, once you've had duck fat with roasted potatoes, you won't go back. Right, just add just richy, glossy, delicious flavor to it. That's about 3 tablespoons, that I put in there. So we're gonna like a shallow fry, right? Okay, let's get these guys in. So I like putting them face down like that first. Nice. Oh, fabulous. So this will go around about 15 minutes or so. Just turn them as often as possible. You want to get that rich color, that deep, lovely crispiness to it. Okay guys, these look fantastic. So you can see how they look. Let's get them in there. Look at the nice toastiness on them. One of the most super important parts is the seasoning. So as soon as they come out, don't wait to season them. Get them seasoned immediately. The reason for that is the oil, the duck fat is still sitting there on them, and when you salt them, the salt's going to stick on the duck fat. So, super important. Go on, wait. Yeah, that's done. So let's move them across. And let's get our lovely potjie on the table, ready for dishing up. Whoa. Oh, that's looking fantastic. Don't know if you can see this, it's looking amazing. Look at the charness on those onions. Look, that's exactly what we wanted. Let's get this lovely piece of lamb shoulder out. Wow, that's looking magnificent. Well, look at this, and hear this. Crispy. Oh, amazing. Okay, let's take this bone out. Then you know it's soft and tender. Look at that. The whole bone just comes out. Yes, there's lovely meats attached to it, but that's incredible. All right, let's get this guy cut up. Beautiful. Oh, so tender. This lamb is so soft. Guys, and you know, like, honestly, if you see things like cook your lamb for 6 hours or 3 hours, like, it's not necessary, honestly. Like, just do it this way. It will be succulent, soft, tender, juicy. Okay, let's move that over there. Let's get our plate dished up. Let's get these fantastically crispy potatoes in our plate. I'm telling you, I should have made more. Looks amazing. And then let's take our beautiful lamb. I'm gonna take it. Where should I take it from? From the center. Yes. Look at that. There. Move that over there. Get another little piece. Some crispy bits. Let's get some of our beautiful onions out there. Put them on the side. And remember, the reason why we're making this dish is those tomatoes, because that's what makes this dish, right? Those lovely tomatoes. Okay, and let's get that balsamic reduction sauce. Look at that. Onto our meat. I'd like some more, please. Yes, thank you. Okay. That is going to be magnificent with the onions. Beautiful glaze, sauce, crispy potato. Let's get in there. Okay, well, you know me. Look at this lovely crispy piece. Oh, look at that. Let's try it out. You see, that's why you have the coals on top. Gives it a lovely crispiness. Oh my. Oh my. Guys, this is incredible. This sauce is fantastic. That crispiness from the lamb is finger licking good. And remember, your tomatoes and your onions But don't forget, you have to have that with lamb. Oh man. Serve this to your buddies, your friends, your family. And they're gonna go like, how did you do that? It was incredible. Nice crispy potatoes. Or duck fat. That duck fat really makes a difference. Let's get those onions. Balsamic glazed onions. Some lovely lamb and tomato. Like that is the perfect bite. Oh, jump back here, you bugger. There we go, perfect bite. Oh my lord. I know this sounds crazy, the balsamic vinegar, but seriously, give this a go. Guys, comment on our videos, tell us what you like, let me know, so that we can make these incredible videos. I can't come up with this all by myself, I want you in there. So, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers! I've just discovered the most incredible sauce for your lamb. I mean, I didn't think I could recreate this, but this balsamic sauce is like no other. I mean, you wouldn't even say balsamic is in here. That's incredible. I'm gonna finish this plate. Well, this is now behind the scenes with travel and tastes. I swear to you, I'm going to make a slice of toast and have the rest of the sauce.